Just stand ahead. Get the goddamn thing. And you know, I've gotten back into drawing a lot. Drawing and charcoal. Charcoal has basically changed everything. I think drawing is really critical because you can reflect and come up with new ideas on the spot and do a bunch of stuff. And maybe I'm kind of in a weird crosshairs of what I want to do. I'm either going to go fly into two directions. And I know I haven't uploaded a video in a while, but I think it's about time. I'm probably going to start, as soon as I get my structural air conditioned, I get my computer laid out and it's dust free and I can sit there and concentrate, I'll start plotting more serious movie or film ideas. But until then, everything's still living like a hobo camp. So I'm out of Slab City. But I'm sitting here drinking some tequila. You know, I tell you one thing, my tequila intake's gone. I had to go just wean myself off of beer. Beer's bad for you. So now I'm just graduating up to the next level of alcoholism, I guess it is. But I really don't drink that much. Maybe a bottle a week. That's about it. I tell you one thing, I can squarely put down a half a bottle of damn Cabrito or of tequila. Like 500 mils in one night, coasting, you know, and there's really no hangovers from it, you know, but it's fucking, that's probably gonna fuck up my diabetic shit hardcore, so it's the way it goes. So, you know, I guess what I was trying to say earlier is like, you know, I'm in a crossroads of what I'm gonna do and I have to decide. Maybe it's probably a bad place to try to broadcast this, but I have to decide what direction I'm gonna go to. It's either gonna be Chicken George, pervy, obsessing over lady folks, ain't got a girlfriend. You know, barbecue, all this kind of like crazy. There's so much data out there I could just endlessly, and that's really my true root and source. It's just to obsess over, you know, photos of stuff. These sketches are a good example of this kind of stuff. You know, I just find things on the internet, and I start making work about it. You know, I think it's neat. Or the next one is to rebuke all this folky, outsidery, you know, obsession, trick painting. I call it kitsch trick painting, you know, which is fun, but or go into my original stuff, which is back in the mid-90s, early to mid-90s, before I started getting all messed up with contemporary ideas about paintings, and just be a traditional classicist, which is, you know, go back, don't do found material, go back to like the old master. Some of my first heroes were guys like Alexander and who else would have been another one? John Alexander and Tintoretto, like the old masters. You know, actually, Donald Roller Wilson, he was another one I liked. It's because of the Hunting Ransom Center in Austin. I went there and they had a great collection of work. They had like, oh, goddamn, what was it? They had this Roller Wilson painting. It was unfucking believable, this dude. But I can never paint like that. I don't have the discipline or the patience to paint like that. I'm more of a kinetic painter. But there's nothing wrong with trying to control that and fine tune it into something, you know. So, I'm thinking that we should get back into the old style. Which is, you know, I don't know if y'all are like artists, but, you know, there's a whole thing. A lot of artists will spend a lot of time studying their craft, like how they make paint and how they prime canvases. And it's a big labor just to make the goddamn canvas, you know. The one piece, you know, like there's a whole process of just producing the canvas in itself, you know, to get certain results. And so I'm like, especially out there in West Texas and walking around and looking up at the moon and stuff and seeing this night. I used to do a lot of nightscapes, believe it or not. But I was never good at them, you know, because I was using acrylics and whatnot. But now my skills have refined themselves. And I remember one time, you know, driving around and looking at some ocotillas that were coming up from this hill. And I started noticing things about the landscape. And I said, my God, I'm going to go into being a landscape painter. I said, well, you know, that's a really serious subject, you know, and because you're not really going to render them like a photograph. You're going to try to ad-lib them in your own zone. And I started thinking, you know, we should just go back into, you know, getting some really good canvas grade, professional stretcher bars, and then get into like maybe oil-based, you know, gesso and sanding that shit down, and then just learn to relax and don't be so manic, and then just start really executing like a really fine, the best I can do, you know. Because after you pull off a painting like that, you feel real satisfied. And so that's what the roads are going to be. You know, so like, should I just concentrate on like one? I call it like maybe the Big Bend, Far West Texas mythic paintings. You know, very just quiet, not so dramatic or repressing the drama, the narrative paintings down, and just kind of going in for landscapes, animal paintings, and I can tell you, looking at the work I'm getting into, I kind of want to go that direction, but I have to resolve this one set of work that's developed over the last 17 years. I'm kind of like, you know, closing the chapter between 2017 to about now.
And there's always leftover projects that I wanted to make this set of work called Ditch. So it's there. I just need to complete it, because if I don't complete it, it's going to be unresolved. So I guess I'll be back to the Chicken George for at least another year. And that's my update. Nothing else new going on. Just drinking my little ranch waters and have a good time. Catch y'all later.